here we are, the granddaddy of all quantum weirdness, the infamous double-slit experiment. To understand this experiment, we first need to see how particles, or little balls of matter, act. If we randomly shoot a small object, say a marble, at the screen, we see a pattern on the back wall where they went through the slit and hit. Now, if we add a second slit, we would expect to see a second band duplicated to the right. Now, let's look at waves. The waves hit the slit and radiate out, striking the back wall with the most intensity directly in line with the slit. The line of brightness on the back screen shows that intensity. This is similar to the line the marbles make. But when we add the second slit, something different happens. If the top of one wave meets the bottom of another wave, they cancel each other out. So now there is an interference pattern on the back wall. Places where the two tops meet are the highest intensity, the bright lines, and where they cancel, there is nothing. So, when we throw things, that is, matter, through two slits, we get this, two bands of hits. And with waves, we get an interference pattern of many bands. Good so far. Now, let's go quantum. An electron is a tiny, tiny bit of matter, like a tiny marble. Let's fire a stream through one slit. It behaves just like the marble, a single band. So, if we shoot these tiny bits through two slits, we should get, like the marbles, two bands. What? An interference pattern. We fired electrons, tiny bits of matter through. But we get a pattern like waves, not like little marbles. How? How could pieces of matter create an interference pattern like a wave? It doesn't make sense. But physicists are clever. They thought, maybe those little balls are bouncing off each other and creating that pattern. So they decide to shoot electrons through one at a time. There is no way they could interfere with each other. But after an hour of this, the same interference pattern is seen to emerge. The conclusion is inescapable. The single electron leaves as a particle, becomes a wave of potentials, goes through both slits, and interferes with itself to hit the wall like a particle. But mathematically, it's even stranger. It goes through both slits and it goes through neither. And it goes through just one and it goes through just the other. All of these possibilities are in superposition with each other. But physicists were completely baffled by this. So they decided to peek and see which slit it actually goes through. They put a measuring device by one slit to see which one it went through and let it fly. But the quantum world is far more mysterious than they could have imagined. When they observed, the electron went back to behaving like a little marble. It produced a pattern of two bands, not an interference pattern of many. The very act of measuring or observing which slit it went through meant it only went through one, not both. The electron decided to act differently, as though it was aware it was being watched. And it was here that physicists stepped forever into the strange, never world of quantum events. What is matter? Marbles or waves? And waves of what? And what does an observer have to do with any of this? The observer collapsed the wave function simply by observing.
Today, we'll learn about the 7 continents. Exciting! Continents are massive land masses found on Earth. The Earth has 7 such continents, from largest in size to the smallest. They are Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. Asia. Asia is the largest and most populous continent with more than 4 billion people. It is surrounded by the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. There are 48 countries in Asia. The Himalayas are the world's highest mountains. Hundreds of languages are spoken here. Wow! India alone has 30 official languages. The most popular attractions in Asia are the Great Wall in China, Taj Mahal in India, and Bali Island in Indonesia. Africa. With 54 countries, Africa is the second largest and second most populated continent. It is bordered by the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Red Sea. The largest country in Africa is Algeria. The longest river in the world is the Nile in Africa. The Sahara in northern Africa is the largest hot desert. Very hot. The most popular attractions are Victoria Falls in Zambia and Mauritius. North America. North America is the third largest continent and has 23 countries. Pacific, Atlantic, and Arctic Oceans surround it. Mexico has the largest population here, and the United States is the richest country. Popular attractions are Niagara Falls, Canada, and Walt Disney World, United States. South America. The Pacific Ocean borders South America to the west, and the Atlantic Ocean borders it to the east. With 12 countries, South America is home to the largest river by volume, the Amazon, the world's highest waterfall, Angel Falls, the driest place on Earth, Atacama Desert, and the world's largest rainforest, Amazon River Basin. Antarctica. Antarctica is an ice-covered continent surrounded by the Southern Ocean. It is the windiest, driest, and the least populated. There are no permanent residents on this island. Beautiful emperor penguins are found here. Europe. Europe is the world's third most populous continent with 50 countries. Russia is the largest among these, and the Vatican City is the smallest country in the world. The most popular attractions are Big Ben in England and Eiffel Tower in France. Australia. Australia, Oceania, is the smallest continent. The main cities here are Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Darwin, and Canberra. The most well-known Australian animals are kangaroos and koalas. The most popular attractions here are Opera House and Australian Alps. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
هل هناك أكوان موازية؟ وهل يوجد أنا آخر يعيش حياة مختلفة هناك؟ وكيف ذلك؟ في الماضي القريب من سنة تقريبا كانت تعجبني هذه النظرية المأخوذة من ميكانيكا الكم وكان في القرآن آية كنت أظن أنها مشابهة لهذا وهي 7 سماوات ومن الأرض مثلهن. وسمعت وبحثت عن موضوع الالكترون الذي يتحول من جسيم إلى موجة ويعتبر ذلك من اساسيات نظرية الكم أو ميكانيكا الكم. وسمعت عن اختلاف اينشتاين مع نظرية الكم وعدم اقتناعه نوعا ما بها. النهاية استنتاجي أن هناك شيء غامض جدا في هذه النظرية، ومن أهم ما ستلاحظه في هذا الفيديو أن القسم لاول عن الالكترون الذي يتحول لموجة. ستجد أن المدفع الإلكتروني الذي يطلق للإلكترونات في الحالة الثانية التي يتحول فيها لا موجات تظهر على شكل نقاط. فكيف يتحول لموجات وهو في النهاية يصل على أنه جسيم ونقاط في الحائط؟ الموجه لا يجب أن تظهر كنقاط بل خطوط على القل. وبالنسبة لموضوع السبع أراضين التي تم الاستنتاج من البعض أنها 7 كواكب تشبه الأرض وكل واحد منا له 7 من المشابهين، فهذا يبدو ليس منطقيا بعد أن تعرف أن الأرض بها فعلا 7 أراضي، وهذا موجود في القسم الثاني من الفيديو.